if a genie popped out of a little bottle, said to you, you can do anything in the world, you can have anything you want, right? What is it? If you don't know what the answer is, then that's the first thing you need to be doing. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today you join me in Greece, in Crete, actually, Crete. I don't know how you say it, in Greek. That's probably offensive to all Greek people. Today we're going to be talking about how I manage a work-life balance. If I manage a work-life balance, what do I do? So I'm going to show you a few of the shots of the hotel in a second, but if you're interested in this sort of content, make sure you are subscribed with your notifications turned on. Let's get into the video straight away. So you join me currently in Crete. I'm at a place called Kanonos. I don't know exactly where I am. It's early in the morning right now just because no one's around. I didn't want to record obviously when there's people around. And we're in one of the restaurants, which is kind of like a, I don't know, it's like a Japanese cuisine. Japanese maybe. It is on the flight path, which is slightly annoying, as you can see. But arrived to the place, got a wicked room, decided to get a room with a pool, which is really, really cool because firstly, I don't really like the beach and I don't like the sand and I just really don't like it. So having the pool in the room is awesome. I put a question out on my Instagram, on my emails over the past few days, and what I asked you guys to do was to message back to me to say, hey, what kind of content do you want to know? So if you were sitting in front of me right now, we're having a coffee, what would you be asking me? What was the questions that you'd want to know? And one of the questions that did come up quite a few times with how do you manage a work-life balance? And that's the question that I really want to address in today's video. But before we do that, I want to show you some cool shots of the place that I'm staying, so I want to run that right now. That is the hotel. It is wicked. One of my favorite things about here, which is quite a weird thing to say, is the cats. I love cats. They've got two cat litters. Obviously they're all stray, but they're just chilling every time we go to have lunch or breakfast or whatever. Always kind of say hello to them, have a little play, and sneak food out as well. Definitely sneaking food out of a hotel restaurant is very important. In fact, if I could go on holiday and there was just cats, I'd probably do it. So work-life balance, right? Is there such a thing? People see me online creating videos and you're probably wondering, what do I do for the rest of the day? And believe it or not, guys, I'm extremely busy pretty much all the time. And I would say that I have a very, very bad work-life balance in the case that I work far, far too much and I have life far, far too little. So when I do something like I come away on holiday, which I don't actually do that often. You may see me kind of travel around all sorts of different places, but quite often the time that's actually for kind of a work-orientated thing. Hence, no work-life balance. So when I do want to come away, I want to kind of try and switch off from everything. I want to switch off. I want to be able to kind of quiet my brain a little bit, so I can focus on clarity, getting clarity about what's to come. So when I decided I wanted to come here, the first thing I wanted to decide is how long do you go for? Do you go for 1 week? Do you go for 2 weeks? And really, I only wanted to go for 1 week. That's the amount of time that I can switch off for before I really, really need to get doing something again. I tend to be one of those people that I need to keep my brain engaged. I need to keep that kind of muscle working. And if I'm sitting down for too long reading or just thinking, I get kind of agitated and I need to go and do something. Not physically go and do something, but it may be just like a business thing, right? I want to go and work on something, I want to go innovate. At home, I work quite a lot of the time, guys. I work a huge amount of the time. And I'm not telling you that's the thing that you need to do. However, it's allowed me to take more action than other people, because you know, it will be 9 in the evening, I'll have an idea, and by the next morning it's already implemented because I'm doing it, I'm trying to get it done, I'm taking action very, very, very fast so that I can fail quickly, right? Work-life balance, is there such a thing? I think there is such a thing, and I'm trying to get to that point all the time where I can increase the amount of life and less work, but I understand at the same time I'm investing in myself currently. I'm spending a lot of time working on my business to build it or businesses to build them as huge as possible. So that takes, you know, you've got to allow yourself to take time to do those things. You know, building a big business, you won't be able to do 1 hour a day. It's not going to work. You need time, you need effort, and you need to take action to be able to do that. One thing that I would recommend, and this is something that I do quite a lot, is I hire a lot of people. I don't know how many people I have working for me, but it's probably in the region of 10 or so, doing all sorts of things that you guys will never really appreciate and or care about, for that matter, because they're not particularly interesting subjects. But the reason is because it can save me time, right? I'm getting to the point now, or I've been at that point for quite a while, where I need to hire people to be able to do the tasks that I don't actually need to do. A great example is something like the Amazon business. I've been here like 4 or 5 days now. I've spent all of half an hour on my Amazon business because I've outsourced pretty much everything, okay? Pretty much everything. Just half an hour I needed to speak with one supplier, and I needed to just do a couple customer messages. Once you're starting to make money, what you want to do is start taking the tasks away from you and giving them to someone else that is more than capable of doing it, because it doesn't require your input. Does it actually require you to do it? So I'm always trying to think of ways to outsource more things. When you have a to-do list, okay, now this isn't going to work for everyone, especially when you're starting out. You might not have the income, the money, the cash flow to be able to do this, but if you have a to-do list and you're going through the to-do list, the first thing you need to be doing is going through it and saying who can do those things. Not when am I going to do them, it's who do you know or who can you hire that can do those tasks, right? Even if you don't know if they can do them, let's say you have a particular, someone that works, you're an outsourcer or freelancer, whatever it may be, and they're a graphic designer, and you need something that's not really graphic design, but they might be able to help with it, then just give them the task and just see if they can do it, right? Just see if they can do it, because you're going to save yourself a huge amount of time, and quite often that person will be like, you know, I can do this, and they'll do it to a good standard. If they don't, then that's fine. Don't use the work. And then you've saved yourself a huge amount of time just by putting your trust in someone. So I've managed to find some people that I really trust in my business, so that I know that I can say to them, hey, can you go and do this for me? I know you don't know how to do it yet, but I need it done. And those people will go out and they will figure out how to do those things. And it's worth it for them because they're getting paid and they're learning a new skill. So I would say focus on, to get a better life balance, which is what I'm trying to do, focus on who you can bring into your team that you can trust, they can do a good job, and you can allocate tasks to them, right? That's what being a business owner is all about, is being able to allocate things to other people, because you cannot grow a huge business without relinquishing some control. You don't need to do everything. I don't need to do everything. I know that. Some things I really want to do myself, and it takes a lot of it takes a lot of courage to give them to someone else. You think, oh, are they going to do it as good as I can do it? Most of the times they do it better than you could do it, right? Better than you could do it. You know, I've put in 7 days a week for the past 2 years, 3 years. You know, I've rarely had times off, and that's to the detriment of the people around me, the people that want my time, that I want to spend time with. However, for me, I believe it's worth it. I'm happy to dedicate my time to doing those things because it brings me a great amount of enjoyment. So you have to find, what is your enjoyment? What is it that you want to do? And if a genie, right, popped out of a little bottle and it said to you, you can do anything in the world, you can have anything you want, right, what is it? If you don't know what the answer is, then that's the first thing you need to be doing, is what is the thing that you want to be doing? If money was no object, time was no object, resources, skills was no object, what is it that you would be doing right now if it's not what you're doing right now, then there's no reason why you can't just change. There's no reason why you can't go and do those things. If your biggest dream is to own a business and you're not owning a business right now, you need to go and take the action today to go and make that happen. And if it's going to cost you all of your time in the day and no weekends, but it's what you want, then personally I would say go and do that. If you want to travel the world and you want to go to every single country and you want to backpack everywhere and you're not doing that right now, figure out how to make it happen. You might not be able to do it tomorrow, but start taking actions today that will mean that you can take those actions tomorrow and the day after. Because if you're not, you're just delaying yourself from achieving what you really want. So if you had the ability to have anything you want, what would it be? Let me know down in the comments. What would it be? And just start working on it. Be honest with yourself. I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. I love creating the videos for you guys. I love educating people. I love seeing people succeed. I love making money. I love being able to go on nice holidays, having a pool in your room. And I love those things. So I'm happy to work for them. And I'm happy to have a not so great work-life balance so that I can have an incredible work-life balance in the future. That's personally what I value. That may not be what you value. And that's completely 100% okay. But what I do believe you need to do is to think about what you actually want and go and take the actions that are going to provide that outcome today.